right, so I'm on the way from dropping off the kids with their father so I can work a little bit of OT. And I'm just thinking out loud about the ghetto parts of healing. So it's like, people who are aware and have awareness do things to help heal themselves, whether that's going to therapy or talking about, things that may have happened to them, opening up, just, evolving. And part of evolving, just like it is with growth, like there are painful parts to healing and evolving. And one of those painful parts is when you're in a middle ground to where you're like not quite to your next phase in life, but you're like not at a place to where you want to go back to what you used to have or the behaviors that you used to do, but still there's more comfort in like what it is that you used to do because you used to do it. Like chaos was a regular, And so in this place where I am making peace my new normal, it's difficult because being like evolving and really doing the work weeds out a lot of people. And that's why they say it's lonely at the top. And a lot of people are referring to whenever you're successful or you've done a new venture and people don't support you as much, or but it's the same thing when you're evolving and you feel like the people around you are not evolving either on the same level, or maybe if it's not that people around you are not evolving, it's just everybody's in their own place. And so you're evolving kind of on your own, in your own little bubble, and sometimes you feel alone. Like evolving, growing, healing can feel lonely. And I'm grateful that I'm not in the place in the beginning of my journey, like really getting in there and healing. I felt like I was being punished for, people, like relationships not working out or people disappointing me or whatever. Like I used to think that I was being punished, for something I didn't really understand. But honestly, rejection is always going to be protection. And it's easier said than done when you're in a place to where you're just like, fuck, like I just want to be able to hang out with somebody. I just want to be able to vibe with somebody. I just want to be able to, be around like minds. But it's like, in order to be around like minds, it still takes some more evolving. But even with the evolving, you have better discernment, right? And so the discernment is a gift in itself, but sometimes it can feel like a curse because the things that you used to do, throwing caution to the wind, of course you used to have more fun. You didn't have any awareness of the things of the pain that it could actually cause you long term. But now that you're fully aware, like you're way more cautious, and it takes the fun out of shit. It really does. And it's like, I still want to have a balance because it's like, I'm in this place of like, okay, do I choose to live like a nun or do I choose to be on some thought shit? Like, which one do I do? And I've always been, as I'm a full-grown adult, I've been more so in the middle. I've been in a relationship, so I haven't really been able to be on anything else. But now that I'm like in this in-between place where I'm separated, it's like I get to decide like what I'm gonna do. But then at the same time, it's like the realities of wanting to even consider being on thought shit and you're a mom, like it's possible, but it takes a level of irresponsibility to some degree. Like it doesn't mean that if you're a mom, you can't have time to yourself. That's not what I'm saying. But let's be real. Real responsible moms have to plan the shit. And that gets hard. Like, it does, because it's like, okay, the person that you want to hang out with, okay, maybe they're available, but you're not. You know, that's kind of how it's been. And it's just like, okay, so then it's just like, but I don't want to just be a person who just stays at home and doesn't go outside and doesn't interact. Like, I need a balance, because I enjoy going outside for the times that I do have the experiences and take my ass home. I love that. But it's like, again, being a mom, being a parent, and the default parent, or the parent that does the brunt of it, you know, the hands-on part of it, not just the financial, you have to plan your shit. Like, you can't just say, oh, okay, I'm gonna go out of town, I'm gonna go do this, I'm gonna get flued out, I'm gonna do that. Like, you have to plan it. Like, and yeah, I have my mom, but she has to work. I have my mother-in-law, she has to work. And it's just like, you know, I don't know. Growth sometimes sucks. Evolving sometimes, like, in the end, it's beautiful. But while you're going through it, it don't be feeling like it's worth it. Like, lots of tears, lots of, you know, different feelings, anger, sadness, abandonment, like all of these feelings. But it's just like, at the end of the day, you'll be glad that you didn't make that dumbass decision because of a moment, because you were tempted by your flesh. You will regret. And I don't regret much, but I just know that certain decisions that I maybe wanted to make, I would end up regretting it. So rejection is always protection. And that's it. And that's all.